Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just That I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did even more job quest kind of shenanigans, and today we're going to go and hopefully finish these off. Hello. Anyway. Ah, Lynn, I'm glad you're here. I would consult with you about a matter that has been gnawing away at my mind. Thanks in no small part to your efforts, the books of Nalthal have at long last been reunited in these halls. Their long-lost secrets just waiting to be unearthed. Though I have scarcely begun poring over the tomes, I have already made a most remarkable discovery. Each of the twin tomes contained a cipher of sorts, the meaning of which could only be deciphered when the two are referenced in tandem. I will spare you the details of how I unraveled the message, though it truly was among my finer moments, if I dare say so myself. At any rate, the words once decoded are most evidently an incantation, albeit one entirely unfamiliar to me. Beneath it was writ a simple directive. Heir to the dark arts, speak these words into Nalth's reflection, that memories long forgotten may stir anew. As to what precisely these words are referencing, your guess is as good as mine. Still, Master Kukuruga doubtless preserved the incantation and the accompanying message in his records for a reason. And if we are not the heirs of to the art of black magic, then who is? So I trust I can expect to see you at Nalth's reflection, and to try to hurry. Yes? I'd prefer not to delay any potentially epoch-making discoveries any longer than necessary. I think I remember this exact quest, because this was challenging for me when I did it, because of, well, reasons we will see. Yes, yes. One such reason may be because I suck. Let me actually check if there's anything I get at level 62. I get between the lines. Well, it's not bad. Oh my god, I'm already spoiling everything. I think this is an instance in any case, and a relatively challenging one, if I recall. But a lot of the instances as Black Mage are just challenging in general because Black Mage is difficult. And that is all you need to know. When I give the sign, you are to chant the words precisely as I instructed. Understood? Now, Lynn. That light. Yes. You shall serve as the bringer of instruction. As for my vessel, yes, that one should suffice. Whatever was that strange sensation? For a moment it was as if a great fire burnt within me, and then... it is as if my very mind is being rent in two. And this voice... Well, well. It feels good to walk the earth for the first in 2 millennia. The first time in 2 millennia. Seems that old could prove himself useful after all. If he hadn't kicked it, I'd find him and give him a pat on the back. And what are you gawking at? You're a black mage, are you not? Surely you possess the common sense to recognize the woman who stands before you. Or will you be needing a hint? Some would call me Death's Handmaiden, but I always found that particular epithet so needlessly morbid. Though technically speaking, I am but a manifestation of a memory. You may call me by the name I used to live in life. Shitoto, at your service. But I jest, of course. It's you who are at mine. I must say, what is it with the black mages today and these unwieldy hats? Do they truly believe it makes them look more imposing, or are they merely compensating for something? In either event, I have no such need for adornments. I've no need for such adornments. Now that's more like it. Then, was it? Of course it was. Now that we are on a first name basis, you'll have to tell me all about yourself. On second thought, let's skip that. Time is short, and to be quite honest, I don't particularly care. Needless, sorry, at any rate, as I might have mentioned, I am not the true Shitoto, as she once lived, but rather a manifestation of her memory. My memory. Needless to say, that still makes me the most powerful sorceress currently existing in your world. You're too bold to remember that if you ever have a mind to cross me. Well then, now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, what do you say we have a little fun? Prepare to be blasted into a gazillion itty-bitty pieces. Oh, come now, must I spell everything out for you? I must know if you're sufficiently adept at the dark arts to help me forestall impending doom, and this is by far the easiest way to do so. Not to mention, the most fun. Prepare for a world of pain. Yeah, Black Mage does usually inflict pain, yes. To your enemies and to the player. Anyway. Let's go into this. Let's go into Swift Cast, that, Ley Lines. And get my freaking things out, baby. Couple of casting fire too. Not fire 2, fire 4, whatever. And then we have some other crap. Yep. Okay, I'm getting hit. Yeah. Too many enemies. Nope. You know what's really painful? On the Black Mage. Oh, when the freaking Black Mage quest makes you move. Horrible. They knew what they were doing. Okay, let's go do that. Get that going. We go and use freaking Mana Ward. Because Mana Ward. Because I'm taking a lot of damage. Boy, if you don't... Or girl, I guess, in this case. We're going to just escape that shit. Or scath, whatever. I'm going to swap between fire and ice, because my combo got... It got ruined! Cat, why? Why must you do this, you little turd? Origin of Flare, huh? Anyway, die. Bye. Anyway, now I know, like, at least decently how to play Black Mage, but when I first did this quest, I really did not know how to play Black Mage at level 60. Which, you know, resulted in quite something. Not half bad. That painfully dull expression on your face had me worried, but I suppose you do after all. Do for what? Try to keep up, will you? I abhor repeating myself. Let me start at the beginning. 2,300 years ago, the greatest mage of our realm has ever known, that would be me, compiled a choice assortment of the most potent offensive incantations and evocations into the school known as Black Magic. You still seem puzzled. I also devised a spell that would allow my memory to one day return. My reasons were twofold. For one, I simply had to see for myself how the art of destruction would be handed down eras after I had inevitably passed. For another, I knew that without my guidance, this realm would one day meet most certain... Ah, this one too. I had thought to go stronger than this, but these eyelids grow heavy and my consciousness wanes. I suppose I'll just have to take a little nap. But remember this, my puppet of destruction, you have an important role to play in the battles to come. Or the battle to come. A battle that will decide the fate of your very world. Till next I wake, shirk not your study of the art. Lynn, where are we? It is as if I just awoke from the strangest dream. And yet my every limb aches, as if my respite were more exhausting than the fiercest of battles. Did you perchance observe anything odd happen to me? Preposterous, or so most would say, but you have no reason to tell me falsehoods. And it would certainly explain the curious symptoms I find myself experiencing. Shitoto, the mother of our dark art. She who pursued the power of destruction to and beyond any limits that could be conceived. Has her consciousness truly taken a precedence in my own mind? It is no use. I call out, but she does not answer. Whether she slumbers or simply deigns not to answer, I cannot say. I fear I am at something of a loss. Let us return to the sacrarium and clear our heads. Mayhap the answer we seek will yet reveal themselves to us. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. I'm afraid it's no use. I've been calling out to Shitoto within my mind time and time again, but I'm only met with silence. If only Master was still here, surely he could shed some light on the matter. After all, it was he that recorded for posterity the words we used to summon forth Shitoto's memory. Wait, that's it! Master himself may not be here, but his writings may yet contain the answers to our queries. It was within the statue of Nalta the memory slumbered. This does not strike me as a mere coincidence. I believe that settles it. I will return to the tomes and see what knowledge can be gleaned. Now we might prepare ourselves for whatever task awaits us. This holds for you as well, Lin. Whatever Shitoto's motives for returning to us, I cannot shake the feeling that ill happenings are afoot. I suggest you resume your studies with the utmost of urgency. I'll be doing that a lot in this freaking MSQ, so I hope you don't mind that. Anyway, that was a lot of stuff. Let us go and do the summoner one then. And then there's just one more after that, and then I can go to sleep. Because I'm tired. But I also kind of want to finish this so I can start doing the actual MSQ next time I play. Or next time I record. Which may be soon, TM, I don't know. I have yet to decide how much recording I will do in the near future. Yes. Lin, I've had the most fascinating news. It would seem that the ruins of ancient Alak have yielded to us a tome containing unknown secrets of the Summoner's art. The tome in question is currently being kept under Rambros's watchful gaze at our dig site in Mordona. I'll be heading there shortly myself, but I would not begrudge you an earlier peek. Okay, before we do that, I'm gonna drink something. I'll be right back. Right. I took the liberty to also fly over here. Oh, I thought you might be along. Here, Lin. A prize such as this should be in your keeping. We uncovered it not terribly far from here, from where we excavated the Evoker's attire. I have judged the tome to be some manner of manual for summoning magic, but alas I was unable to decipher the writings. 'Tis fortunate then that such a task falls directly within Ymitra's field of expertise. Speaking of which, would you mind taking the book to her yourself? She sent word that she had been held up by some dreary business in Reverend Stall. Pray do be careful. Goobos are so good. I love them. My boy! My sweet boy! My apologies, a trifling but unavoidable matter prevented me from making directly for the dig site. Now, shall we take a closer look at this elegant tome? An ancient tome of elegant origin, recently unearthed near St. Cornex's Mine. Oh my, this is rather more shabby than what I've come to expect from the great works of Alec. But let's not be discouraged, the content is what truly matters. A fine observation. No idea who the heck is... Principia at your service. I am a humbly familiar with the doctrine of summoning. Have we awoken a sentient tome from some ancient library? Lynn, we must keep it contained. Have I somehow given offense? Strange, for I am not equipped with offensive capabilities. Imparting the art of summoning is my own function, and instructional manual is my form. A manual, you say? Correct! When opened in the presence of summoners, I am bound to awaken and share with them the secrets of summoning. The young mistress there is in possession of an active soul crystal, yes? It was the soul crystal that awoke you. Correct! Only one who carries a soul crystal and has bathed in the ether of an icon may wield the power of a summoner. I sensed one worthy of instruction, and was thus compelled to introduce myself. Icon. That is the elegant word for primal. Excuse my need to clarify the obvious, but you're a construct created to teach summoning magics to any potential student you encounter. Why would the ancients have deemed such a thing necessary? The summoning came into being for the purpose of eliminating beings, specifically those beings known as icons, primals. Once these entities have all been vanquished, however, new Egi cannot be harnessed. Old summoners perish, and so too does their art. It was upon glimpsing this bleak future that a certain master summoner set about crafting yours truly, inscribed with arts of tremendous power. I exist to teach others how to safeguard their existence. Fascinating. Your creation speaks to the heart of the discipline's rarity. Summoning harnesses the powers of primals for the sole purpose of destroying them, and their summoners arise only in an age when primals are rife. With the absence of living mentors, a true succession of the art is never achieved. Principia, are you then to instruct Lynn in the lost secrets of Alec? I am eager to oblige, but there are certain obligations, ere the seal upon my higher knowledge can be unlocked. The student must first overcome these 3 challenges I am ensorcelled to present. Well, considering how it refers to primals as icons, I'm inclined to believe that we have an authentic, elegant relic in our hands. What say you, Lynn? Will you undertake these challenges? The first challenge is a test of power. This trial is designated to evaluate the raw magnitude of your arcane talent by pitting you against a predetermined opponent of carefully measured fortitude, also known as I manifest a monster and you fight it. Mayhap not terribly wise to attempt it in the middle of town. Why do we find ourselves a less populated area out of the singeing shards? Oh. It's a freaking turtle. Rock turtle! Shall I begin the test of power, mistress? Mistress, you treat your pupil as superior, Principia? Such was the way in which I was written. And if my full name begins to tie your tongue, you are welcome to call me Prin or Pia. Ooh, I rather like Prin. I mean, let us proceed with the challenge. You sent a hostile presence. Demon of the Tome. You must perish. Adios. A crushing victory, Lynn. Who could argue the potential of modern summoning after that display? You have bested the first challenge, mistress. There are few summoners in Alec's long history who boasted this degree of native might. Furthermore, that you have achieved such potency through naught but the study of ancient wisdom is simply astonishing. With a little polish to your technique, guiding you to loftier heights of power should be astonishingly simple. I thought Lynn's technique more than sufficiently polished, but you say there's room for improvement. I see we shall have to adjust our yalmstick for perfection if we are to rival practitioners of the past. Indeed, if you would know more of past practices, then you need only ask. Actually, I do have a question for you, if you would indulge me, Lynn. Prin, in what age were you created? You appear to lack the technological advancement that were predominant in constructs in the latter days of Alex civilization. Another excellent observation. I was penned by Master Sari, a preeminent summoner of his time. He was, in fact, likely the last master summoner of the Allegan Empire's reign. Were I to date myself back to your culture's notion of history, my creation would have taken place at a point just before the Empire's collapse. In other words, solidly within the richest era of etherochemical discovery. One might reasonably wonder why this wonderful science was excluded from my invention, and I assure you, there is a reason. In the beginning, the Allegans rose to superiority through their mastery of magecraft. It is told that the very first wielders of summoning magic made do with grimoires fashioned of leather and ink and parchment. There came a tipping point, however, when the mundane sciences began to progress with ever-growing rapidity. These advances were married with the arcane and etherochemical technology was born. Even as the harnessing of lightning energies gave rise to new recording mediums, techniques were developed that allowed complex arcane geometries to be instantly plotted. Traditional grimoires were replaced by devastatingly efficient and elegant weapons. The convenience of these tools, however, did not lend themselves well to the instruction of initiates. Beyond such consideration, the new mediums could not be perused without dedicated machinery, and their manufacture was no simple matter. And so the summoners who breathed life into you decided that tomestones and the like were not the ideal method for passing on his accumulated wisdom. Correct. He chose for me the primitive form of a book, and inscribed within my pages a bounty of potent incantations that required no machine to be cast. Thank you, Prin. I thought only to satisfy my academic curiosity, but I find myself swept up in your description of the past. You truly are the creation of an incredible age. And thank you for your patience, then. Shall we return to Gridani? I love this book. Although I am getting kind of annoyed at his constant clapping sound. Right. Run, bitch! Run! Well done, then. We are one step closer to revealing a new secret of ancient Alag. Prin will issue the next challenge after you've had the chance to review your studies, and hone your abilities to a new level of perfection. I've decided to keep the familiar here at my side for the moment. Even with as many wonders as Eorzea holds, folk tend to panic at the sight of a fanged tome that jumps around on his own accord. Oh, and pay no mind to Captain Wolf. He obviously wishes to secure my services for some task or another, but we have more important matters to attend to. Okay, red mage time. Then, Arya, while there were lessons to be learned as I dragged you along on my quest for vengeance, this time I offered a more structured approach to your training. After long years, Alamigo has finally has the chance to seize the reins of his destiny. But I will continue with my pilgrimage. Even from beyond the borders of my homeland, there's still much I can contribute to its struggle. It was two decades ago that I joined the Revolutionaries. The Revolutionaries, yes. Though our motives were just, it was our actions that ultimately created a breach for the Empire to exploit. My time at the forefront of that stage has ended. To return to it now would only invite confusion and resentment. Revolution has since become the Resistance, and the right to shape the future of Alamigo now rests in the hands of those who will live the coming age. No, I shall play my part by nurturing a new generation of red mages. I made my mark as a Crimson Duelist, but you will not be bound by my oath. You are free to decide for yourself how best to employ the skills I teach you. Now, as for your studies, you are well aware of my proclivity for practical application. I must challenge you with a new frontier, a place where the strong gather in search of adventure. To Idleshire, my friends! I hear that sound of freaking ley lines. I would recognize that anywhere. Young Arya has invested in her appearance, it would seem. Doesn't she look the part? Right, let's break in that new equipment. There is a hostile organization of goblins known as the Illuminati, making trouble for the people here in Idleshire. The most prominent threat to the populace seems to be the mechanical soldiers controlled by Illuminati aggressors. I say we do the locals a favor by using these clunky contraptions as combat practice. After your battle with Lambert, however, that may be all they amount to. Especially for you, Lyn. Your mastery of red magic is such now that I dare say you could handle a mechanical soldier or two on your own. As for you, Arya, your spells have raw power but lack refinement. I think I would prefer to have you training alongside a partner. I wish to try fighting alone. Please understand, before I began learning magic, I felt like I scarcely existed. But when I work to match you and Lyn, when I see myself improving, that's when I feel the most alive. I want not more than to become a full-fledged red mage. I want to stand at your side and fight as your equal. Well, far be it from me to stop you. I have the perfect way to conquer your difficulties. With white magic is to be alone in a situation which offers to you little recourse with to rise above them. Both of you should head now towards the architect one, and find your own mechanical foes to overcome. I'll be waiting for you here in the Maker's Quarter. Alright. Bum ba do do dum. I find it kind of wild that I'm like finished with Heaven's Word. It hasn't really sunk in that much. And I'm not done with the Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word already. Mind you, there's still a lot of stuff to do in this game. I ain't anywhere near done. That much I can tell you already. Which is good. This playthrough can last for a long time. And then once it is done, I will have no idea what to do with my channel. Most likely. We're gonna get this one going. I keep forgetting that I'm on level 60 with Red Mage and Samurai. There we go. A flame reborn! No, I've come to recognize that confident step. Well done, Lyn. Did you happen to spot Arya on your travels? Unless I have sorely overestimated her abilities, I would have expected her to arrive not long after you. Arya did seem intent on improving herself. I forgive the tortured metaphor, but I have a feeling she may have sliced off more than she could fry. Come, let us seek out our young mage, and render aid if need be. Lyn, I did it. I won. Lyn, there you are. Is Arya unharmed? My, that is a fair gathering of goblins. The looks of it, defeating this lot took almost everything she had. Can you walk, my friend? I've never seen you, so... Give them to me. Your life energies, your souls, I must feed. Her hair, she's become like a Lambert. Stop this, Arya. It's no use. The hunger has taken over. I have to knock her senseless. Punches her in the face. Okay. Suggest we take her back to Idleshire and let her rest at her Wenna's establishment. I only hope she will be more amenable to discussion when she awakes. Okay, that's a problem and a half. It's kind of weird though. I wonder where this hunger comes from. I guess he... Well, the game will tell me anyway. I will definitely learn what it's about, but still. Thinking a little bit ahead is nice from time to time. What happened? Did I truly attack you? God, so why would I do such a thing? I remember defeating that contraption. I remember falling to my knees, exhausted from spellcasting. I remember my thoughts fading away as a roar in my head grew louder and louder, and then nothing. I don't understand what possessed me. Never would I draw my blade on you or Zrun. This was poor judgment on my part. I should not have tested you so harshly. Listen to me carefully now, Arya. I have seen how battles can exhaust you, but I fail to understand what grim truths such exhaustion presaged. The moment you say a roaring drowned out your thoughts, the color of your hair changed quite distinctively. You witnessed a similar transformation in Lambert ere he began to feed upon living ether. Lambert was able to employ magic of incredible power, but it left him hungering for life force. I believe what you experienced was a surrender to that very same hunger. It cannot be. My erstwhile colleague described how he enacted a change in his physical being. Well, I suppose it is possible such a ritual was performed upon you as well. He mentioned the process requiring many years. You have many more questions, I'm sure, but for now you must rest. If this hunger takes hold when your ether is exhausted, then it is even more important that you recuperate for your exertions. Or from your exertions. And Arya, do not despair that you have lost yourself. After all, you are in perfect control now, are you not? I am. Thank you, Zrun. Then we will seek the cure to Ira's condition. Though I have little knowledge of such forbidden arts, I am confident that a determined expedition will yield the answer we require. Prepare yourselves for another journey. Alright, and that is it when it comes to quests, except for the ones that I need to go into cast Guardians for. I think, my friends, for the sake of keeping things... I don't know, man. Actually, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna stop recording now because I'm really tired. But next time we're gonna be recording, we're gonna be doing some MSQ. So this will still be added to this video. So I will see you guys in a moment, where we're going to be doing the first couple of quests of the MSQ, or in any case, a quest. So I can get to Cast of Guardians and finish this quest. Goodbye.